Kelsey with KPIstrategist.com, and I'm super excited for today's video because we're actually going to do something fun, raw, and pretty uncut. I'm actually going to run through 10 questions real quick. These are questions that ask about what it's like to be a KPI strategist. And so I'm going to run through them question and answer style. Well, my job as a KPI strategist is to really help make sure that all those top goals that the CEO sets, like we are actually measuring against those top goals, and thus helping the business do the right things by measuring the right things. I call myself a KPI strategist plus dashboard creator. That is because I also like to help the business implement their new KPI strategy by getting them started on that first dashboard. So I will actually implement as well. But there are, plenty of ways to break this apart. I have seen plenty of service providers stay in the strategy realm, and then I've seen others that just focus on the dashboard creation piece of it. One of the key differences is I have made KPIs plus dashboards my specialty, which means I have chosen to go super deep into a topic or area that I feel I can really, add value into in the marketplace. And there's also all sorts of types of DOO roles as well. But I'm just going to talk about one that is fairly common. And so let's say a business is growing and scaling to the point that the CEO needs their right-hand strategic partner. And so they bring on a director of operations. And so that DOO is going to help the CEO basically operate the whole business. And they, some DOO roles also have where what I do is like a portion of that role, or they own the result of the KPI strategy. But they may get to a point where they want to partner with a KPI strategist or dashboard builder who goes deeper into that space, deeper into that KPI strategy or the measurement strategy to make sure that the business is really measuring what they need to be measuring instead of measuring everything. So how I've learned about these roles and that these roles exist in online business is kind of interesting. So I started an online business as an accountant or you could call that a bookkeeper. And so in this role, I was actually looking through a client's profit and loss statement, and I saw this line item that they had called the Director of Operations. So of course, my fact-finding self was like, what is that? I really need to know. And so the rest is history. I looked into that and actually found who is my mentor today. So Natalie Gingrich of the Ops Authority actually has a certification for the Director of Operations role. And as I was going through it, realized so a portion of that curriculum has to do with KPIs and getting into data, as I talked about before. And as I was going through that, realized this need. And so I've really been working on carving out my own space within this specialty of being a KPI strategist. If you are more interested in being like a generalist or starting with a director of operations path, I would highly recommend you check out Natalie's certification. It is unlike anything else that I have seen in the online space. If you are, a project manager, online business manager, or in an admin role and just looking to up level, that is definitely somewhere that you can get into that up leveling process more quickly. Now, if you're more interested in going deeper into the data side of things, I would recommend just, the way that I started was by practicing in an existing role in my client's business. And so I was in an accounting role, and I would start to create dashboards on the side and sort of I would start by including that into some of the typical reports I was doing. Instead of printing off your typical profit and loss report, for example, I would put that into a visual format, and I would just start to see the reactions that I got, and just one by one would start proposing projects. And so, for example, if you like to live on LinkedIn, you could start there and just start networking. I like to grab a cup of coffee, and I like to get some quiet time. So I might look at the verse of the day, for example. And so I like the Daily Bread app for that, or that's what I'm currently using. I'll usually hope to have from 7 to 8 to kind of have my coffee, my quiet time, and then I will start kind of going through emails or going through messages and just sort of planning what I want the day to look like. So ideally, I have done all that, and then I head to the gym, and I like to do boot camp, and so the boot camp usually runs from 8:30 to 9:30. And then that gets me back to my desk around 10 o'clock, give or take. Now that we are more settled in our home, I typically work in my home office. And so this is where I spend most of my deep work time. So that would be time really digging into spreadsheets or the tech where I need, kind of the split screen action going on. But where I love to also weave in different types of work is if I'm sitting in a one-on-one meeting where I don't need the spreadsheets up, or if I am doing like some content writing or checking emails or something like that, I love to go outside onto the front porch. Another interesting place has been, we actually used to work and live full time from an RV. There were certain times where I needed to do something on the road with solid internet, like have a quick meeting or something like that on a road day, and I would actually work from my car, like at a rest stop where it was close to the internet tower. I love athletic wear. That was one of the big things. Like if I could work from home, I would just wear athletic wear all day long, especially with the morning workouts. But then I also need business casual for, certain YouTube things or client facing. I actually like to call it athletic casual, not necessarily business casual, because, that is my thing and how I work. And so Athleta actually has their casual line that is the perfect blend, I feel, between athletic and professional. And oftentimes people can't tell that I'm wearing athletic wear. So that is my fun little secret. So my favorite thing is just, I'm grateful for all of the things that I previously mentioned. The fact that I can wear Athleta to work, the fact that I can go, work out in the morning and maintain flexibility with work and my family. From a work perspective, I am most fulfilled like when I can help a client have that aha moment or that win. So for example, when they co-present a new dashboard to their client and their client is just, it helps them reach a client goal, or helps them, helps the client's business profitability. So of course I love me some Google Data Studio for combining all those KPIs and metrics into one place. But when I'm not using that, I have been really, and I've been using Same Page for a while, but I've really been reaping the benefits of Same Page more and more every month, and I am just loving it this month. I am working with different team members in the middle of the launch, and just the flexibility of Same Page has been awesome. In Same Page, you can combine the power of like document management, because there's a folder organization process, Trello, video calls. You can also do drawings in there. You can put simple spreadsheets in there. I have been just loving how much Same Page combines all those things into one tool, and I just pretty much have it open all the time, and I work through my different things in Same Page. This show has actually been out for a while. I believe they've been recording since 2019, but it is new to me. And so there is a show out there called The Chosen. And you're probably like, what is that about? Well, it is about the life of Jesus and his disciples. And I just love it because it takes the Bible stories and really brings it to life. Like, you get to know them as real people with real struggles and real joy, and also the real Jesus. Like, he makes jokes and winks. Like, it is the best Christian show that I have seen. And so if that is your jam, I encourage you to check out The Chosen. I hope you had as much fun watching this video as I did recording it. If you liked this, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more future content. Until next time, take care.